Hello YouTube family, welcome to another video, and in today's video I'm going to give a market update and I'm going to talk about two stocks that I think are looking cheap for the long term. I am Lance and welcome to my channel where I talk about financial topics, investment and personal finance videos. Stay tuned. There's a thing called IPO when a company is first listed on the stock exchange, and there's a company the other day that was listed called Dollar Financial, and after setting out to raise $500 million, the company was oversubscribed by $4 billion. The company was listed 2 days ago, June the 14th, and the company is already up 75%. So to me, it seems there's something with Jamaican investors and IPO because everyone is grabbing these stocks like. The second thing I want to talk about today is inflation. According to Statin, as of April, inflation was 11.8%. And inflation basically is a decrease in purchasing power, reflecting by the increase of goods and services in our economy. And things like gas prices are up over 40% according to trading economics. Don't quote me on this figure, I might be a little off, but it got me thinking of a new business idea to beat these high gas prices. It's called the rearing of the high breed.
I'm gonna take my horse through the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more.
But on a serious note though, gas prices high worldwide, and I'm looking into assets that can produce cash and bring some form of stability. I must mention though that part of this inflation problem is due to the unfolding war in Ukraine, which is impacting global food, fertilizer and energy prices overall due to shortages and sanctions and a lot of geopolitics. So now the US stock market is in what they call a bear market. This is when the stock market is declined by more than 20%. The S&P 500 has declined by more than 22% year to date, and I think there are a lot of stocks that's currently on sale, discounts, undervalue, and I will be releasing a video soon or a live anyone by next week of my top 7 stocks that I would buy on the US stock market. And I think that it's a good time to look into some of these companies to see what you can get. In the crypto world, there seems to be a brutal sell-off. At the moment, Bitcoin has fallen to near 20,000. Bitcoin, which was at a high of 65,000 just last November 2021, is now near 20,000. This would mean that it is nearing a 70% decrease in its price. So it seems like a crypto winter is near. This is something that we can look into the cause and the reasons for these decline. Due to the fact that interest rate is projected to peak between 12 to 15%, the Bank of Jamaica (BOJ) has decided now to implement tighter monetary policies, and their main weapon at this point is interest rate. So BOJ has now raised their interest rate by 50 basis points to now 5%. And this is the percent that banks get on their reserve. So this will, you could say, directly cause the rate of variable loans from various commercial banks to increase. And how this affects inflation is that It causes people to now have less money to spend on other things, which will indirectly cause inflation rates to slow down, as it has various impacts on the economy. Persons now have less money to spend on other things, and as price also lead to inflation. But whether interest rate or not is the most effective tool is up for debate, but it's part of the tool that central banks use to fight inflation. Another thing of higher interest rate is that it will cause deposits to even rise. It will make savings in Jamaican dollars more attractive relative to foreign currency, and borrowing in Jamaican dollars more expensive. So business loans will become more expensive. So you know that business and economic activities might slow down, and personal loans such as mortgages and automobile loans will become more expensive. So with spending going down, no inflation will be less likely to continue to increase at this current rate. So now let's dive into these two stocks that I mentioned from the beginning. First on my list today is Wisynco. At the time of this video, Wisynco was trading for a price of $18.92, and when I calculate the trailing price of free cash flow of Wisynco, to me, I calculate this at about 13, and this to me is a very good range to buy Wisynco. That means Wisynco is trading at 13 times the free cash flow that it's producing, as the free cash flow is expected to improve by 20%. And why I say this is that let's look at the company's free cash flow. Let's look at the company's balance sheet. As you can see at the balance sheet, the company has more cash than its total debt, and it's a very profitable business. Last quarter, the revenues increased by 27.8%. This was above 7.6 billion over the corresponding period. And Wisynco gross profit also increased by 21.6%. And the company profit before tax was 1.1 billion, which is at 34.8% higher comparing to the last quarter. So as you can see, Wisynco is a very profitable business. The company cash provided by operation has increased from 3,673,193,000,000 to 4,663,000,000. So you see, it's a fast growing company, and I think this company has potential for the future. It is one of those stable companies that I think is very good to own for the long term. Now, second on my list today is Lumber Depot. This is a full service hardware Jamaican company, and this company is trading at a PE ratio of around 11. And this company is in a very good position balance sheet wise. Let's take a look at the balance sheet. Now, if you look at the balance sheet, you would know that the company has more current assets than its total liabilities. And to me, that is a very good position. The company has recently purchased the land that it was leasing for $164 million. And the company is in a prime position as the construction industry is currently growing and booming, and this company will definitely benefit from a lot of opportunities in this space. Lumber Depot, they had a solid 9-month period. If you look at the numbers, Lumber Depot had a revenue of $1.2 billion, which represents an increase of 10% to the prior year. Profits for the 9-month period was $143 million, an increase of 42%. This was while the company was affected by supply challenges and COVID spike cases. We know this company is in a prime position as there are plans major expansion in areas like Portmore and Kingston and other urban areas in Jamaica, this company will benefit significantly. Investors, please do your due diligence and look into the numbers of these companies. These are just two companies that I find to be buys at this point in time. I'm not a licensed financial advisor. Thanks for staying true to the end, and please hit that big red cute looking button and share and like this video. See you soon.